This is one of Apple's most hated products of 2021, the Apple Magsafe battery pack. And honestly, it is controversial as hell, but the main question that you need to ask yourself is whether you are gonna buy this and whether it's worth the hefty price of 10,900 Indian rupees. Let's find out. So when you first pick up the Magsafe battery pack, this is pretty much what you're gonna get. The box is really tiny and super minimal. I love the way Apple packages all their products, and the unboxing experience has always been fantastic. At the back you're gonna get a couple of instructions, and on the front it's a tiny box with the Magsafe battery pack drawn for us to see. As we open up the box, one of the first things you're going to be able to see is the fact that the Magsafe battery pack literally lies on top and takes up all the space on the inside. This goes to say that the packaging is right around the product. They've not overdone it and they've not underplayed it by any way. Overall, it's really tiny, and you guys can see it's basically got your traditional white Apple look to it with a Magsafe connector and a soft rubber texture on the back below the Magsafe connector so that it's not going to scratch up your phone every time you plug this in at the back of it. The build quality is very Apple. You have your matte white finish on the back. Even though it's plastic, it does feel pretty premium. You have a lightning connector and a tiny LED indicator at the bottom, and you have rubber as well as Magsafe on the other side. Overall, it has a good weight to it. It doesn't feel cheap by any means, but if you tap on it, you're going to figure out that it's plastic. You also get a bunch of literature in the box, and that's pretty much it. They don't even toss in a lightning cable, so you're going to pretty much need to own one of those or go out and buy those separately if you want a dedicated cable for this Magsafe battery pack. Honestly, it comes so close to resemble the iPods from back in the day, the classic iPods, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, the best feature about this is definitely the fact that it's Magsafe enabled. Now, Apple always made battery charging cases for their iPhones, but with the arrival of the Magsafe ecosystem, it's pretty natural that they went down this route. The finish is super clean, and the lack of buttons in the single LED actually makes this minimal as ever. Overall, if you have a larger iPhone, the rounded corners are not going to affect your grip because they don't reach the edge of the iPhone. Now, if you do have an iPhone 12 mini or a 13 mini, this is going to be a perfect fit. It's pretty much a match made in heaven. The rounded corners here are super beneficial for giving you better grip and making it super ergonomic. The perfect design goes hand in hand with this size of iPhone, turning your tiny little iPhone mini into a battery beast while keeping it super ergonomic. Now, I honestly believe the Magsafe battery case was designed mainly for the mini iPhones, considering they're the ones that really need additional charges when you're on the go. The regular iPhone 13 series as well as the 13 Pro and Pro Max have fantastic battery life. As you guys can see, you can also use this battery pack as a stand for your 12 mini or 13 mini. The Magsafe connection is solid and it's not going to fall off. It feels really good in the hand, and it also adds a certain amount of depth and weight to your iPhone 12 mini or 13 mini series. Overall, it does have a really good feel, especially if you like to use your phone without a case. Now, I know for a fact a lot of people are going to cringe when they hear that it's made out of plastic, but you can see you can toss this around, you can slap it against different objects and surfaces, and this is not going to dent. I think the only issue that I would probably have is with the rubber finish. While it's really good for your iPhones by avoiding them getting scratched up when you attach this to the back of it, I do honestly believe that it's going to collect a large amount of dust and lint over time. Now, while using a larger iPhone like the 13 Pro Max or the 12 Pro Max, it does bulk up your phone quite a bit. It's going to give you a massive increase in size, and I know it's not ideal for most people, but it does give you the peace of mind of not having any power banks or charging cables dangling around. Very first world? I know. Also, in case you didn't know, the little Apple logo at the back of the Magsafe battery case is supposed to align with the Apple logo at the back of your iPhone. The fit and design has been made in such a way that if you align the two Apple logos, you're going to have the perfect fit for your Magsafe battery case, and it's going to be fantastic to use. Considering this is made by Apple for the iPhone, it's these tiny details that get you sold and blown away. Now, the lack of buttons and the single LED isn't the best when it comes to a user interface for a lot of people, considering it's very hard to find out what's actually happening with your battery pack. But remember, this is made by Apple for the iPhone, so when you do use it, it just works. And you're going to get a bunch of animations on your phone showing you the battery percentage and interaction with iOS, making it more than perfect. So this does work with any Magsafe compatible case, and you're not going to have an issue with that. Further addressing user interface and the single LED issue, there's not only pop-ups that you're going to see on your screen, but you'll also see the battery battery widget on iOS that's going to show you the battery percentage of your Magsafe battery pack as well as your iPhone, making the interaction with iOS almost seamless. Also in the control center, you're going to be able to see charge past 90% when you hit the battery icon. That's basically to push your Magsafe battery pack to charge your iPhone beyond 90. Now the reason why this isn't on by default is to basically save the longevity of the battery health of your iPhone. When you charge your phone beyond 90%, you're actually pushing it to charge a lot faster, and there is a lot of science involved in basically how your battery life is going to degrade over time. By keeping it charged just up to 90%, your battery health is going to last you a little bit longer. What's really awesome is if you plug in your lightning cable into your iPhone while the Magsafe battery pack is connected at the back, you're going to be able to charge not only your iPhone but also your Magsafe battery pack at the exact same time, giving you the convenience of leaving the house with a large amount of power and you're good to go. On the reverse, when you plug in the lightning cable into your Magsafe battery pack, you can also charge your iPhone, but the best part about this is it works like a standard Magsafe charger and gives you a full 15-watt fast charge. Now when you use any other wireless chargers, you're going to get a standard 5-watt wireless charge, and the only other charger that can give you this performance is the Magsafe battery puck. Essentially what I'm saying is, for certain people it might be a lot more economical to buy the Magsafe battery pack instead of the regular Magsafe charger, because this not only gives you a high-speed Magsafe portable charger but also a high-speed Magsafe wireless charger for when you're at home, giving you the best of both worlds essentially. Also, the battery pack can act like a standard wireless charger or a Magsafe charger for any other accessories that are compatible, like your AirPods. Honestly, for me, I do like this charger. I think it's really convenient and easy to use. Yes, there are better Magsafe chargers by Anker and other brands on the market that have higher capacities, and they also have better performance when it comes to the speed at which they charge. To be completely honest, they're not as convenient. The magnetic connection to my iPhone isn't as strong, and they don't interact with iOS, which basically means I have to fiddle around with buttons and figure out the battery percentage, which isn't a deal breaker, but just having this connect to my phone and giving me a battery status indicator interacting with iOS, the entire ecosystem, is super convenient. Plus it also goes with the overall aesthetic that Apple has had for years, which pretty much keeps the overall aesthetic look of your iPhone, keeps it looking fresh and premium no matter what you do. I know it doesn't charge up the phone to 100%, but it gets the job done. It increases the battery life on my phone long enough for me to get home and put it on an official wall charger or a Magsafe charger and juice it up to 100% at the end of the day. As far as my understanding goes, it's pretty typical Apple product where it might not be everything that you want. It may keep you asking for more control, and it's definitely not for everybody, but when you do use it, it's quick, it's snappy, it's well built, and it's easy. It just works. Now, while other chargers do have better performance and they are better on different fronts, being more versatile, where you can use them as a standard power bank rather than just a device that sticks to the back of your iPhone and charges it up and doesn't give you 100% charge, you can use those chargers with different devices as well. Yes, that's great. And while performance is something that we all like to go for, especially in today's day and age, I do understand the drawbacks of having just this, but for me the convenience factor of this is fantastic, and the fact that it interacts with your iPhone and the hardware and software integrate so well, it's not going to end up damaging your iPhone even though it won't give it 100% charge. I think that's a lot more important. Not heating my iPhone by giving it peak charging performance is perfectly fine with me. It gives me the battery life that I need. A battery's worst enemy is heat, and this does not heat up your iPhone while charging it. Your battery capacity is not going to drop over time, and it just works. For me, I've already spent my money here. I think it's really great. The question is what you think of this little device and whether you are somebody who's going to go out and spend 10,000 rupees on this tiny battery pack or not. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.